Hey guys, welcome back. So how many of you remember the Smith & Mills shaper that I picked up late last year? It's still been sitting on the trailer. I've been keeping it parked underneath my shed there just to keep it out of the elements, but I'm ready to go ahead and get the shaper off of the trailer and get my trailer freed up so that I can use it to pick up other things. I've got some other things I need to use the trailer for. So my plan is to today, let's get the shaper down onto the concrete, and at least it'll be there for now. I am going to get a tarp and keep it covered up, but the long-term goal will probably be for it to sit outside here and just get a good tarp, keep it covered up. But once we get it off and I get things situated, I'd like to get it in the shop, or at least by the door there, and I will hook up an extension cord to it where I can plug it in to the receptacle where the G&E shaper is mounted and be able to test it and see how it runs. So let me talk you through what we're going to do today. I've still got to get these boards off. So what we'll do is remove these boards first, and I'll get my toe jack out here, and we'll go ahead and see about getting it picked up just enough to get it on these 1-inch bars. These were the 1-inch bars that were given to me whenever the guys up north helped me move the G&E shaper, and they shipped them all down. I've got a few more of those too if I need. I just grabbed 4. So we'll put those 1-inch bars underneath here, and that should allow me to easily pull it down that way. And I'll hook a chain to the back side here. I've got a D-ring on the front, so I'll keep it taut up here just in case it does try to roll that way. You know, it's not going to get out of control. I'll probably end up putting some jack stands under the back of the trailer here to support the weight once it gets out here. And then we've got my 2 ramps there that I showed straightening. We're going to use the ramps there to slide the shaper down off of the trailer. We'll go ahead and grab one. I'll show you. I am going to rebuild these things, by the way. Even my angle on the back of the trailer got bent whenever these things got bent, but the way I designed this was I got a piece of angle on the front, and I welded this angle on the back, and this never got bent loading up cars and trucks on there, not until somebody used it to try to put a 15,000 pound tractor on here. That just hooks right there. I made it that way so that you can position those ramps anywhere in there you want. So we'll probably have them both right here in the middle. Put one there, put another one here, and I can go ahead and take some cribbing, and we can put some cribbing underneath the ramps here to support the weight once the shaper gets out there on there. So we'll have them cribbed here, we'll have some jack stands here, and I think we'll be good to go. So the other thing I got to do is go ahead and install my concrete anchors here, and I forgot to grab them there inside, but I'll grab one and show you. So I made these D-rings. All right, we're just going to take, I'm probably going to have a couple anchor points, so you know, have one somewhere here that I can come along to. Probably going to have to put another one out here in the middle somewhere. So I'll have another one here that we can hook our chains to and our come along and be able to pull it down. So we got to drill and install the anchors first. This is my old trusty hammer drill that I bought from Harbor Freight many years ago, the old Chicago Electric, and it still works. I didn't have a 1-inch bit though, so I had to go to Lowe's today and pick me up a 1-inch bit, and I think that's about it. I'll grab the anchors and show you what we're going to use to get them in there, but let's go ahead and get started on it, shall we? I may only need 1 anchor point for this. I'm getting everything laid out. That's the come along that we're going to use to pull it down. I may end up putting another one up here closer to the trailer, but what I'm doing is I'm measuring out. Once the shaper base is exactly 6 foot long, I didn't want it to have it so close to where I had to kind of reposition it. I wanted it in a position so that the 6 foot base, once it comes down and comes off of the ramp and it's flat there, I can, you know, to have a little slack here to be able to continue pulling it forward just enough to clear the shaper once it gets off the ramp, really. These are the concrete inserts that we're going to use. This is the wedge style, so 1 inch. This is a 1-inch diameter. It takes a 3/4 bolt, and this is what it looks like whenever you drill the hole. You know, push this down in the hole, and then they've got these little tapered inserts that go inside. All right, and then you just take a punch and you drive it. You drive the insert down in there, and it spreads this base out and then wedges it into the concrete. And then we'll use a 3/4 bolt to hold the anchor to that. Alright, I've checked the depth of the hole and we should be good to go. We're going to go ahead and insert it down in there. Now what we can do whenever we're not using these, I'll pick up some stainless steel set screws and put them in the hole there just to kind of keep it from filling up with trash. Drop the insert in. Hit it with a punch until it's nice and seated. Should be good to go. And we'll let's check our fit there on our anchor. May need to go find another bolt, but come on. Oh, it's not wanting to start. Why is that? What's it doing here? Is it crooked? It might be a little crooked. I may have to go and I probably just need to go run a drill through these holes here to give it a little clearance. I think what it is, it's, yeah, the anchor is just a little bit crooked and it's hitting the wall of the hole there, so I'll just do that off camera. I'll just take them and run another drill bit down through there and open it up 15 thousandths. I think I got my other anchor point figured out. We're going to put it right here, right towards the end of the ramps. If I go to unload anything else like this off the trailer, I can use the same exact setup. You know, after the ramps here, I've got the come along just kind of sitting on the ramp to kind of hold it up there. So we'll be wrapping a chain around the base of the machine and hooking it to here, and then we can use this to pull the machine to the end of the trailer here, and then reposition it back to that one, rehook, and then pull it down the ramp. See if this one lines up. got that one a little bit straighter. All right. All right, we got our anchors so far where we want. Let's go ahead and start working on getting the shaper up off the deck. That one's just spinning, it's not coming out of there. I have to just pry that one out. Decided what I'm going to use is one of my 3/4 hold down studs and a flange nut. Feel a little bit better about the strength quality in these. Here we go. We'll do that on the other one as well. I'm going to put these jack stands under the back of the trailer to support them. Little screw jack here to take some of the weight, push it up a little. Come on. That'll keep this end from sinking down. Put one on the other side there as well. Got this block here that we'll put right in the middle of the ramps, and I'll probably have to reposition this. I've got the ramps pulled all the way together, but I think once we get the shaper all the way to the end, I'm gonna have to pull these over just a little bit so that it's overlapping the edge of the machine. But this is what we'll do. We got these wedges here. Just do like that. Put one on one side and one on the other. I went and took me a little break, rehydrate. It is hot out here. It's the last week of March, and I just checked the temp on my phone there, and it says it feels like 86. And I believe it. I mean, it feels hotter than that to me right now. The humidity is extremely high because we got a weather system kind of moving through. But just taking a break. I stay hydrated. I drink a lot of water every single day. I keep this with me everywhere I go. If I'm driving, if I'm in the shop, if I'm at the computer, everywhere. I always drink a lot of water, but I'm just surprised at how hot it feels. I thought it was going to be a little cooler than this, but I just thought I'd throw it out there and talk about what we're going to do next, since I was sitting here taking a break. I'm gonna get the toe jack. I got that blue toe jack, and I'm gonna see if I can fit it under there, but I don't think it'll fit in that notch. So if it won't fit there to pick it up, what we'll do is we'll put a board underneath the table right here, and I'll put the jack under one side. We'll block the other side up, and then put the jack under one side, and then just cantilever it and raise it up just enough to where I can get the toe jack under it, maybe start putting some bars underneath it. So that's the next plan of attack. And once we get it up, I'm thinking I might go ahead and, you see you got that oil down there. That was mainly from moving it. Whenever we loaded it and when moving down the highway, it was coming out of right here. I mean, it's like, you can still see it. You see how full it is? So that's what the oil is from just moving it around. But I'm thinking I'm gonna clean that up and get this oil up while it's still on the trailer here, so it doesn't get all over my concrete there. This may end up being a 2-day job. It's already getting close to 2 in the afternoon. I'm about to get started on that, but you know, tomorrow I could come back out here in the morning and get started on it if we don't get it off. But we still got 5-6 hours left of daylight, so let's see if we can get her done. Alrighty. Yeah, my toe jack's just too wide to fit under here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's too wide. So we'll go to our secondary method, where we will use a block over here underneath the table. We'll put the jack, because you can press on the top of this also. We'll jack it up right there. I'll get the other side blocked up, probably with a screw jack or something like that. All right, we're getting her cribbed up there with our blocks. I wanted to use this guy right there, but it wasn't long enough, and I don't have one longer than that. Show you the other side here. I was using that same little screw jack that we were using under the trailer. It's going to work out on the perfect height there, so we're going to go ahead and just bring it up to it. All right, it's just touching up here, so we got her cribbed up. So we'll jack up the other side, and that'll be enough to start raising this up just a little bit. All right, let's see what it'll do. It's coming up. All right. Go ahead and put a wedge there to hold it. Go ahead and ease off, and I'll bring the other side up to match this here with the screw jack. Looks like it's working pretty good. Go ahead and wedge it again. And we'll level it out again one more time. You can see it putting a strain on these boards, but they're holding so far. We're doing very short, controlled lifts using our wedge, so if this cracks, it's going to catch it under the wedge there. But we are, I think we're high enough. All right, I'm just going to stop there. We're high enough now that I can get the toe jack under the front, and we can put some bars under there. Go ahead and get this toe jack under the front here, get it supported so that we can adjust the height for our rails going underneath it. All right. keep these. Let's just do it. We'll do it like that because I want to get a bar underneath here. That's just like a jack stand. It's going to hold it. Did I move my wedge? I think I did. Go ahead and get these guys under here. That one all the way in the front. We'll see if we can get it up a little bit higher and roll these back on just a little further. Let's see what happens here. Our toe jack will act as our stop up here, our chalk. Okay, it's not trying to roll on me. Looks like it's pivoting in the middle there. All right. I think from here we'll go ahead and get our chains hooked to it and then start our nice easy pulling on it to see if we can get it to start rolling. Keep this here just for now till we get our chains hooked up. I think I got her ready to start making our first pull, and back here we've got a chain to that eye that's wrapped around the motor base there, so that'll keep it in case this decides that it wants to roll faster than what I'm pulling it. At least it'll stop it right there. And I'm thinking as we get further down that way, especially to the ramps, I'll actually have to kind of reverse this procedure and maybe basically lower it down the ramps. I've got a chain fall in the garage that I can hook up here and actually use that once we start down that slope there. We'll just play it by ear and see how everything reacts. We've got another chain wrapped around the base of the machine, and we've got her hooked up to our come along. So I'm going to start ratcheting this and see if we can start getting it to roll this way.